Hello everyone. Now, if you clicked on this video, then you know what Fortnite is, but we would like to explain what it is for those who are not yet familiar with this word. Fortnite is an incredibly popular video game, more specifically a survival simulator released in 2017. Today, over 10 million people play it all over the world. Can you imagine this? Yes, it uses a very popular zombie theme, but without the gloom of The Walking Dead and other similar universes. So there's nothing particularly surprising in the fact that the game has become so popular, and every day it keeps gaining followers. But like other games, Fortnite has secrets, which few people know about. Especially for you friends, we've collected them all over the internet, and are now ready to share our findings. So, in this video, we're going to tell you some facts about Fortnite that you probably didn't know. Let's get it on. Discs in boxes. Initially, the base game was published as a downloadable paid version and also sold on discs in gaming stores. But recently, developers revealed in an interview that they made the decision to release the game on discs only after Sony's statement that in Europe, 2/3 of gamers are used to buying physical copies of their favorite games. Yes, they don't download the game, but purchase a disc in a box that can be put on a shelf. Following this advice from Sony, Epic Games decided to release physical copies of the game, although later it turned out that this didn't make much sense, because soon the game became free to play. Epic Games said that it would provide special rewards to players who purchase the game as soon as the transition to the free mode will be completed. So if you also like your games in boxes, then don't worry about the money. Maybe you're going to get some bonus for it. Cheating can be dangerous. On YouTube, you can find a huge amount of walkthrough guide videos for different games. 14-year-old player Caleb Rogers posted a video playing Fortnite Battle Royale using, well, several cheats found on a popular cheat website. After that, Epic Games made a request to remove the video because, according to the company, showing the use of cheats means encouraging others to use them, or something like that. Epic Games previously expressed a negative attitude towards cheating, but Caleb rejected the request to remove the video, which left the company only two options: to sue the teenager or to retract the request. Thus, the 14-year-old boy's pride and his love for cheating nearly forced his family to pay a fine of $150,000. Well, at least no one insisted on limiting his freedom. Good enough. Soundtrack. You probably noticed that Battle Royale's gameplay doesn't have a musical soundtrack, because in such games it's very important for the player to hear what is happening around them. If at this moment there were an orchestra playing somewhere in the background, then how would you manage to hear steps or shots? After all, very often the fine line between winning and losing is whether you can hear someone walking next to you. However, in the story mode, music plays an extremely important role. The composer of Fortnite's soundtrack is the legendary Rom DePrisco, who wrote the music for more than 30 video games, among them Unreal Tournament 3 and even the famous Mass Effect 2. Development speed. Fans of this exciting game certainly know that Fortnite was first announced during the Spike Video Game Awards in 2011, and Cliff Bleszinski, the creator of Fortnite and Gears of War, personally presented the teaser. But very few people know about a little detail revealed by Donald Mustard, the creative leader of Epic Games. According to him, it took only 3 weeks between the day that they got the idea for the game and the date of its announcement. 3 weeks, friends. A true record time, right? This means that they simply worked with incredible speed to be able to create the teaser and develop the first details of the game in such a short time. This is what happens when you're inspired. Or maybe one of the creators is Quicksilver. What? Oh, by the way, he's also a video games fan. Cost of the game. Here's another fact about the creation process of the game. The Fortnite development team isn't very big. Of course, it's not small either, but it is much smaller than the development team of the first Gears of War, published on November 7th, 2006. However, the director of Epic Games, Tim Sweeney, said that the cost of developing Fortnite was much higher than that of Gears of War. Yes, of course, it's also because of the inflation, but even if we take that into account, the difference is still quite noticeable. But let's be honest, it doesn't matter how much it cost. We think the important thing is that most gamers around the world are very happy that Epic Games had enough money to create the game. because no matter whether you like Battle Royale mode or not, the basic story mode is still an incredible adventure that every gamer should experience. Farmville. By the way, speaking of the story mode, originally in the very first versions of the game, the player had the opportunity to grow vegetables to feed the survivors, so the player had to control and maintain a garden, but the testers didn't support this idea, because keeping an eye on zombies, remembering about tramps, leveling up your fortifications, and thinking whether you watered and fertilized your plants is, to be honest, way too much, and this feature was, in the end, more annoying than funny or interesting. Therefore, the developers decided to remove this function, and it seems to us that this was the right solution. In the end, the story mode works perfectly as it is. Some details about the engine. Fortnite was the first game by Epic Games created with the latest version of Unreal Engine. Although the earliest action cycles in the game were assembled entirely on previous versions, but this isn't so important. For those of you who don't know, the Unreal Engine is a special graphics engine to build video games. And by the way, it's now very popular in the market because it allows you to create amazing visual details. In other words, the picture on your monitor looks like a living one and not like an old Mario game. There are several graphic engines for amateur developers, and many even prefer to create their own graphics processors from scratch because they want to make a completely unique product. But more often, if you see a game with realistic graphics and stunning special effects, it's very likely that Unreal was used there. Weak points. In Fortnite, when you destroy an object to gather resources, you can see a weak point indicator. If you beat these weak points, you'll quickly break down the object without wasting much time. However, this feature of the game wasn't designed to save your time. At early stages of development, testers said that it wasn't entirely clear what exactly they could or couldn't break, and therefore the player could easily get confused and frustrated. If you spend 20 minutes kicking a box, which later turns out to be an element of the background, it's pretty sad.
Do it! Just do it!
Developers thought a little and came up with two measures to fix this. First, they made almost all items available for breaking, and secondly, they created these weak points. Thus, one hit was enough to find out if something could break or not.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No! No!
Cartoons versus zombies. At first glance, it may seem that the creators of Fortnite were inspired by the work of companies like Pixar and DreamWorks. This is because the cartoon style with soft shades and smooth details is very similar to the work of these animation giants. Try to imagine, for example, the Incredibles in the Fortnite universe. It'd be a little strange, but it would feel kind of right. But another source for inspiration which probably didn't come to your mind is Looney Tunes, and not just a source. It turns out that the creators turned to it even more than to the Pixar movies. The developers claimed that they wanted to make an amusing action game rather than a realistic horror. And let's admit it, in general they succeeded. That's why you can see these fun cartoon features not only in textures, models and lighting, but also in the animation of characters whose movements are exaggerated enough to be as fun as possible. Hey, wait, are you googling Bugs Bunny against zombies? Hold on, at least watch the video to the end. Maximum accessibility. Fortnite is the first free-to-play game by Epic Games. That is, a game you can enjoy fully without paying a single penny for it. Although, of course, it's worth mentioning that now they also have Unreal Tournament. Until recently, there was also Paragon, until they stopped supporting it. When developers began to think about transforming Fortnite into free-to-play, they studied the experience of other well-known successful games such as League of Legends. And they decided that the most important thing was to avoid the hateful pay-to-win, a format in which you need to contribute money to level up and be better than the other players. This system could theoretically destroy the future of the game, but fortunately that didn't happen. Therefore, investing real money in Fortnite will give you absolutely no benefit against other players, and is rather a cosmetic aspect, as in League of Legends. In addition, Epic Games decided to take another step, and made all objects available for purchase without having to pay, although you will have to spend a lot of time to get them, but for free. What about you, friends? Do you like Fortnite? Maybe you know some other secrets or curious stories about it. If so, tell us in the comments below. We'd love to read what you have to share. And of course, don't forget to give us a like because we worked really hard for you. Amazing gadgets, upcoming technologies, incredible inventions, and other cool stuff related to high tech on TechZone. Subscribe, you won't regret it. The link is on the screen and in the description. Thanks for watching. Please like and share the video in social networks, and we'll be right back to you as fast as we can.